Da-da-da. Here we are. Oh my God, y'all. We have a special guest. My favorite person ever. Me and my favorite, I want her to come up here and talk about this first part to the Real Housewives of Potomac's season 9, episode 10. Episode 10. What am I talking about? Episode 10.
Episode 10.
The reunion part 1, y'all. Oh my God. I'm super excited to talk about this because, in my opinion, it was even better than the season. Pretty much as a whole. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the second part, third part. I'm looking forward to all the parts. So, but before we get into that, y'all, you already know we need you to do a couple things for us, which include liking the video. We are streaming from both of our channels. Like the video on both of our channels, please, and thank you. Also, if you're not subscribed to both of us, to hit the subscription button on both channels as well. And we would love to know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. You can get a cute little kiki going down there, and also share us with all of your folks.
My TV just came on.
Folks, hit the notification bell so you know every single time we upload. Because it's a little impromptu live. So of course I make sure you say hello as you guys trickle in, because I know YouTube be acting crazy when it comes to notifications sometimes. So yeah, but I thoroughly enjoyed this. Notifications sometimes. So that sounds like
doing its own thing right now. I'm trying to turn everything off and everything is coming on. Sorry, y'all.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so what would you rate this first part then?
I would give this probably about an 8.5, because one, I want to know where Jackie was. Ain't she part of the cast? Like literally one of the people on the cast, or is she friend of?
She's just a friend of.
Okay.
Do not give her that much credit. She is a friend.
I wasn't trying to, but I can't remember. Like I literally was like, I can't remember what the pictures look like, or them. Well, because they had, what's the girl name? Jazzy, whatever her name is. Because they had her.
Maybe they didn't want to bring them both out at the same time.
Right.
I was a little surprised though, that they brought out, maybe because Jazzy wasn't in as many episodes. She was in, the first couple episodes like real heavy, and then she kind of like died off right in the middle, and then she came back in the final episode. So I don't know what was up with that, but I am excited to see her next season. I would be eager to see her next season, and I think she solidified that by with the invitations and stuff. I think she'll definitely be coming back.
That, or the fact that she wanted if she's gonna be anybody's mistress, she wanted to be Andy Cohen's mistress.
That was
I was like, what?
She's a little booty kisser, a little bit.
Nose is a little brown.
It is. I'm always seeing her, like her name be the first name. Whenever I see like anything in the blogs and stuff like that, I always see like by Jazzy Rideau. Which it's fine. It's cool. I don't want to have that type of reaction all the time when the girls do come on and are excited, because if and when they invite me up on one of these franchises, I would be excited to be there too. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just when you're like weird, if you get weird stalker vibes, then that's different. When you're like a Gunica or something, that's different. But I think if you're just coming in and you're just happy to be there, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Our brother chat. Hey
Deb, how are you? Hope all is good. Oh, we got our fellas in the building. What's up?
No, hey
Deb, what is going on?
Oh my God,
my face, my brother.
See y'all. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
What did you rate it at? What did you rate it?
I guess about 8.5 too. I think I'll give it an 8.5 as well. And this just goes to show y'all that we didn't really have any lowdown cat scratching and like anything that was really diabolically like happening, which just tells us that we don't need all the extraness to have like still a good show. Like it doesn't always need to be a drag out yelling match or anything like that to still, you know, deliver a quality product. So I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
Because I agree with you. We don't need a knockout, drag out, pull somebody out the car. You know, we don't need all that extra stuff. We are, you know, reality TV is aging. Let's be clear. Reality TV is aging. So with that, we're all growing up with it and getting older. You know, you were probably a kid when it started, or just right out high school. Kid meaning high school. It could have been junior high school. I'm not sure.
When Flavor of Love came on, I don't even think I might have been in middle school, maybe. I'm not
That's
even
what I
sure.
mean. Okay, so junior high school. Yeah. But those are different because those are more like, I mean, it was drama and that it was built for drama. But I say that to say that, yeah, because the audience is growing up, we're all growing up together. Yes, we're kind of getting beyond trying. I mean, the whole point of, for me, that I love about reality TV, of course, is conflict and resolution, and how, you know, how to resolve without putting your hands on or even hollering or even have to cuss at somebody. Like, just respectfully respect what I'm saying. I can respect what you're saying. We don't have to agree. It doesn't mean we have to agree. That I can disagree with you, Barb, and you could be, I understand where you're coming from, but I don't have to agree with you. And you can say that about me as well. So, you know, that's the thing, the art of reality TV for me. So with that, like I said, people getting older and we're all growing up, you know, we don't want to see just all conflict, or we'll just go to Zeus Network for that. And I'm not a Zeus Network holder. I watched the Bad Boys Houston, and I was appalled, and I was like, yeah, I'm done.
I was just about to say that.
Can't
do it. Want to see that? Like, yeah, it's still available over on Zeus. I don't mind, you know, I don't mind a little turn up here and there. Like, you could sprinkle that in the season, but I don't want it just to be 100% based off of that type of foolishness and carrying it on. I'm good on that. But nonetheless, let's say a couple more hellos and then we'll get into it. Hey, Colette.
Hi, my big sister. Thank you for joining us, guys.
World. Yes, I did watch The Real World. I definitely watched
The Real World. It was so, you know what? I watched The Real World too, because of course Tammy was there. But then wasn't it a guy named, what's his name, Dave, or was his name? It was a black dude on there too. That was kind of, I was like, but that one was so far back that like I can't really remember. Like, I remember the house. I remember them coming in and out the house, you know, being on the outside of the house, looking at the inside of the house, you know, coming in and doing all the things that they were doing. But like literally, who was David? I thought so. I
didn't watch that season when it aired. I watched it back, and yeah.
You know, that you're right. That was like one of my first reality TV shows. I guess so too. I guess that would be one of my first ones too. And then of course we all fell into Flavor of Love and I Love New York's and all of that stuff. But she is the HBIC. Let's be clear. She is the HBIC when it comes to reality TV. Now, as far as like game shows or dating shows, I should say dating shows. But when it comes to like reality TV and the Housewives, you know, everybody love themselves some meanies.
It's Orange County, but I mean, yeah, there's obviously different offshoots and different types. You got the love type of shows, you got the lifestyle types of shows, you got the work-based show. There's so many shows about salons and stuff like that. So I
love those
years, y'all, with reality TV, and we still here kicking somehow, some way. So I guess we're gonna ride with it until the wheels fall off, I guess.
Yeah.
Y'all on the TV and my phone. Yes, we love this.
I appreciate you, brother. We really do.
God. We love you. Nonetheless, let's get into it though, y'all. Tammy ruined that man's life.
I know.
The reunion begins on December 20th. We see This is 12 hours after Karen was found guilty of DUI and 6 other charges, y'all. She's looking real disheveled, not, you know, like her pristine self, like how we usually see her or whatever. And she's at home. There's a producer there, of course, obviously they're filming her. And they start asking her what was her initial reaction to the verdict and all that. She says her heart dropped. And then she goes on to say that, you know, she accepts full responsibility for the car accident. I just want to stop right there real quick, because I feel like, okay, on one hand, it's like, wow, this is the first time that you're actually outwardly saying that you're taking full responsibility for this after, you know, playing in our faces all season, only for the footage to come out and us to see that you were playing in our face. I mean, a lot of us already knew he was playing in our faces, but still. And then, but the second part of that is her saying the car accident. I still feel like that diminishes a little bit of like the severity of the situation. Like, yeah, it was a car accident, but like, I feel like her word choice in saying that was still kind of like,
it's not really an accident though. An accident seems like it was more than one person. It more feels like your car wreck. Your car wreck. Your DUI.
Your DUI. That's what you should have said. It shouldn't have been no, oh, my mishap, the incident, no, that's
everything but what you were supposed to say
of what happened. But nonetheless, of course, they show the body cam footage and all that, which by now I'm sure you guys have seen.
I got a question. Did we see the body cam footage before she went to court, or did that come out after she went to court?
That came out after she went to court. Like it was able to be released then at that point.
After that. Okay. All right. I was just wondering.
The same day. And they also ask her because at this time she was about, you know, a month from her sentencing. At this time, I'm saying at this time because we know it's been moved back because she fired her whole team and yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. So they ask her, you know, how she's coping and everything. And she says, you know, she doesn't care about her right now. She cares about her children, her family. And then she starts breaking down, you know, the whole nine. And they also ask her if she thinks she has an issue with alcohol, which of course she says no. She says she's not an alcoholic. Let me be clear. And again, she says, you know, a lot of the children, they look up to her. So do as I say, not as I do.
I got a question. No question. This is gonna be me all night.
So many questions.
Here's my thing. If you're not an alcoholic, why are you taking alcohol when you are on antidepressants? Or if you have any kind of medication that you're taking, because alcoholics are ones that can't stop drinking for nothing. Like they literally have a drink every day. That's what they do. And you ain't going to tell them nothing. And they are the ones that are going to tell you, I'm not an alcoholic. I can have a drink every day. And I'm not an alcoholic. Like, sure you're not. Okay. Sure you're not. Oh, but for me, it's a telltale sign that you literally are one, because you out your own mouth said that you are on antidepressants. Meaning that I went and picked up some medicine from my husband today, blood pressure medicine. Had to hear his whole consultation on it and all the stuff, right? So for me, you know, there's certain things you can't do machinery or drive, and you know, there's different things you can't do on medication. Then it also tell you on medication not to drink, because it might cancel your medication out. It might have you it might flip you around. It might do some things. And since you know, we do so many panels, reviews on different housewives. Don't I tell you, I can tell the difference with a person that just been drinking, that's hyper, to a person that's been drinking, that's on pills. They kind of, their words sound a little slurry. So for me, I'm just saying, girl, you are an alcoholic. If you're drinking with medication, you're an alcoholic, because you clearly know you're not supposed to. So you can't have it both ways. You just cannot. So I you know, for Karen to say, you know, I'm not an alcoholic, I'm like, man, you're not learning, because literally, I just wish she would have said, you know what? I didn't think I was alcoholic until I saw myself on film. When I saw myself on film with on the police cam, man, I got a problem. And I didn't know it was this serious until I saw myself. That's it. And that's all. Like that's it. And that's all. And then we can move on. I used to take ecstasy pills. That was like in 2000 when everybody was taking ecstasy. Everybody on X. I saw a picture of myself on ecstasy. I said, "Hey, done." As soon as I saw myself on a picture,
that's what I feel like it comes down to. Like, you make the proper adjustments when you recognize these things about yourself. And I like to think, I hope Ray has like said something to her like, "Hey, this is okay," or
listening to Ray.
People need to step. I mean, obviously the ladies have spoken on it. People have told her about herself, but it's just like I don't know what it's going to take to really click. And Deborah said, "Can I ask? Do you think it's okay for them to know the trauma she's been through with her parents? Driving under influence is not okay, but knowing what she has been through with her parents, is there any empathy for her?" Yeah, we can two things can be true at the same time. Like we can have all empathy in the world for her and all that. Like don't get me wrong. I grieve my grandmother every day of my life since October of 2020. But
she's serious when she say that. Yeah,
you don't see me like over here like doing the most and conflating that issue with other stuff and stuff like that. Like it's just like, girl. And this is also something that has these rumors in the previous alleged DUIs happened before her parents passed.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, she basically was like a butt of the joke. Like literally, Sharice has said this from the beginning. Yeah. She better be lucky that the one we may get off because she wouldn't tell her whole story. Giselle's bestie was off because she would have still torn to that behind. I can't think of her name right now.
Robin?
Yes, Robin. K words kept coming in. The R would not fit. A K kept coming in my head. So anyway, but Robin would have gave it to her. It's just, I do have empathy for her. I have both my parents. Thank God. Wood, everything. But I also understand that you have to say that you have a problem in order for things to change. If you don't see yourself with the problem, or you don't think that you have a problem, you're going to keep doing the same thing. It's going to be on a hamster wheel, and it's going to keep going. You're not going nowhere, but you're going to be right here running. It's going to be doing the same thing though. So for me, I'm like, they told her, she knows that her parents had passed. She also knows that she was getting depressed. There are so many ways and things that you could, and people you can talk to, that I just feel like I don't want to just use that her parents is gone. She's a woman of a particular age. If her parents left a couple of years ago and she just made 60, girl, you did good.
She did good.
You did good. Let's
nowhere near that age and lost both her parents.
My husband too. My husband had lost both his parents by 18. By 18, my husband was parentless. So literally, and it still affects him every single day right now. And he's 51, about to be 52. Yeah. So like, let's be clear. I understand the dynamic of mourning, and there is no time frame, and you're going to mourn for the rest of your life with your grandmother, with her parents. When, I've been mourning my cousin Shannon since 92. He's my first cousin, my mom's twins' first son, like literally, and it affects me different times, different ways at different times. But exactly. Literally, her knowing the age that she is, knowing who she is, I just don't feel like that. There's never an excuse for that. And I feel like she's using that as an excuse, and I don't want her to. I just rather her just say, you know what? I just have a problem. I don't know where it started, where it ended. It could have started with my parents. It could have started before my parents. I don't know, but I have a problem and I want to fix it.
Facts. I just watched my mother and my best friend lose their parents. They didn't drive and drink, but I think that we need to have some empathy for her. Losing parents back to back is hard. I fully agree. I can only imagine. Obviously, as we said, like we have both of our parents, but I can only imagine that type of pain. However, my whole thing again is that these were issues that were present before she lost her parents. So I think I will agree on the fact that it probably got worse since losing them. I will give that much and say it probably got worse since losing them, which is even more of a reason to not okay, fine. So okay, when she checked out of rehab for the drinking, she should have checked into grief counseling then or something too. Like, we need to attack all these issues head on, because yeah, I mean, they can be linked, but again, I think the origin of it, like, these were things that she was dealing with even before her parents left this earth. So she got a lot going on.
What I do know is denial don't help nobody. Let's be clear. Denial don't help nobody.
That part. Meanwhile, 3 weeks later, the ladies, they're arriving on set super early morning. You already know how it goes. They're trickling in, and it's clear that Karen is not there, but at this time they are not like fully aware of that. And so Stacey goes in to ask Ashley, like, where's Karen? Like, what's going on? And everybody's like trying to figure out where Karen is. Kay asks Wendy where she's at. They try to call her straight to voicemail. And then so Ashley brings up how, like, at this point in time, we know that she lied straight to our faces, pretty much. She's lied, for the past 3 months to us. And Wendy also, she's feeling some type of way because she rode hard for Karen all season, and we're gonna obviously get into that even more here in a second. But she was riding hard for her girl at the time, and only to find out like it was based on a lie. It was based on a lie. I agree, Sharon. Yes, I agree, Barb. It's crazy. But anyway, the set is a Panama themed. Go figure. Giselle, she comes on out. I can't even believe I'm about to say this because it's Giselle that I'm talking about. But Mama looks good. Like I was like, I never thought I would say, like, fuck it up, Giselle, because you look good. Body was giving in that dress. The nails, the everything. It was definitely giving. I mean, the hair was like still kind of like, but anyway,
it was better. It's still, yeah. I like the highlight of the blonde in the picture that she had the by herself. I can see like the blonde highlights. They look really pretty.
Style, like kind of like her hair just always kind of looks.
But her hair, the last one was worse.
Oh yeah.
She looks horrible last season. She looked really good. I don't want to say it like this, but she looked like she looking for a man. She looked like she gonna get a man. She looked like she in the dating pool. She looked like she is out here. She looked like she about to go. She looked like she on the hunt. She looked like a lioness. She looked like she about to get somebody. I say, girl, I even like your body looks amazing. I think she got a little Botox done, which I'm not mad at nobody for getting that done. Because I'm getting up in them ages where I'm gonna probably start getting wine. I'm scared of needles, so even though I got a tattoo, but knowing that the needles coming towards my face is going to make me really, really nervous. So I don't know if I'm gonna ever get that or not. But to the women and the people that can, kudos to y'all. She looked great. The dress was kicking. Her nails, and I'm doing it too because I don't really wear nails. My oldest daughter saw my nails on FaceTime the other day. She was like, "Mom, you got nails?" I was like, "Girl, I got some press-ons on." And she was like, "Mommy, I ain't seen nails on your nails." And like, I've stopped getting my nails done when I met my husband. So like 2000, we met each other in 2000. By 2001, I was wearing my own nails. Like, I was like, I'm braiding too much. I'm not about to get my nails done no more.
Yeah.
But I say that to say, Mama's nails is long. I say, girl, you over here looking like you about to like literally have a hot girl summer. She looked like, this is how I want her to look. She looked like an empty nester. She looked like she about to go have fun. She looked like fun now. She like a ball of fun. And as we were saying about the mourning and the grief period, she just lost her dad, but we also know Giselle is not an emotional person. So her grieving looks different. Even when we saw her plant the tree, which was funny, but plant the Christmas tree with her daughters, you know what I mean? So grief looks different for everybody. Nobody can tell you when, how long or whatever, but I gotta give it to Giselle. Giselle looked good. I was like, girl, you look good. Yeah. You look that good. And you know what she looked like? She looked like her little daughter. She's like her oldest daughter to me. I was like, you look like your kid. Like, that's good.
I'm glad for her. It's been, 9 seasons too many of her not serving what needs to be served up. So shout outs to Jizzy for that one. This is the one and only time I will give her kudos until she shows me otherwise.
Wait, before you read the comment, or maybe because Robin wasn't there. Because sometimes the dynamic duo might make you fun of. It's like, I'm gonna outdo her, but y'all outdoing each other. Outdoing.
Obviously, like, she's been trying to rebrand herself all season. So, I mean, this could be a part of that too, I guess.
Yeah.
Which again, we'll see. We'll see. I'm always gonna wait for the other shoe to drop when it comes to Giselle. She has been the worst let down on national TV, but she finally looks like she's trying for this reunion. I agree. A Virgo outside of Giselle will never let you see us down. Facts.
No.
My grandmother was a Virgo, and I couldn't agree more.
My best friend and my sister are born the same day as So Deb. That is September 22nd. So best believe I know how y'all get down. Like, literally.
Yes, we love the Virgos over here.
Sure
but
do.
Anyway, Andy, he, of course, he opens up by addressing the fact, the elephant in the room, Karen is not there.
Right.
And they all collectively say that none of them have spoken to her since Christmas. And so he asked them, are they aware of why she's not present? They're all kind of like, I don't know exactly. And I appreciated how Wendy in particular, or let me not even say that yet. Well, he tells them that she's in rehab. She checked herself into a private rehabilitation center, and they all go like, oh my God, like, that's good. That's so perfect. Like, whew, thank you. But I do appreciate how Wendy brought up the fact that, like, okay, the timing of it all, like, is she doing this because she feels like she actually needs the help, or because it'll help her case? Hey, Kens. I like that Wendy brought that up, because I'm not gonna, obviously a lot of us probably thought like, okay, like, yeah, it mighty coincidental timing on that one, Karen. But anyway, Ashley, or not Ashley, Stacey, she's still very much trying to, like, I don't know, really side-eyeing Stacey, even more so because I seen a little clip of part 2 when they're gonna dig into Stacey about something. I don't know. I'm really side-eyeing Stacey these days, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I think this whole, like, super nice, bubbly is just kind of a persona and an act. And I say that because she's like, oh, give grace, like, give Karen grace, yada yada yada. And it's just like, girl, weren't you just?
But her and her best friend y'all don't mesh. He came in different than you did. That's your friend, which means you either act like him or he acts like you. And he showed us he ain't act like you on the show. So which means you act like him on the show. I mean, off the show.
Weird. It was the TJ thing, and that potentially being false. And now I'm hearing something about the dress that she wore to her function or whatever. Like, it's some drama with that and Vivian. So I don't know.
No.
I'm not putting too much past Miss Mama here. I'm sorry, y'all. And then, I mean, we're going to get into some other little weirdness here too with her. So I don't know, y'all. I'm just saying, keep your eye out on Stacey. Nonetheless,
the jury's out on her, y'all.
It really is. Ashley, she whips out this photo of Karen to accompany them on the couch, which I thought was kind of funny. But I also was thinking, like, oh, like, of course Ashley would do something like this, because make yourself of use at some point in the season, because we know we did not get much from you the entire season. So I guess you had to have your little moment on the reunion. Anyway,
she turned into a whole man, sister. Gosh.
Huh?
I said she turned into a whole man. Gosh.
Oh
my gosh, I'm being funny.
I'll give her that, but
no, she was kind of quiet. It wasn't
Ashley.
You know why?
Your time is limited,
because she don't have Candace to get in that.
Exactly, which means
because you need Candace to get in that.
Her time on the show is numbered. I'm pretty sure. Then they rolled a clip of Karen where it was recorded on December 27th. She looks a whole ton better, and yes, she tells them about how she's checked herself into a facility due to her taking antidepressants and drinking, which we already said, okay, girl. And then she goes on to talk about and highlight and recognize the ladies, the ladies being Giselle, Kay, Candace, Jazzy, and last but certainly not least, Andy Cohen, who was very taken aback. If you guys didn't,
that fool was looking around.
He was like, and yes, I didn't stutter. I said Candace, because apparently she reached out to her. Whatever, I don't know. But the whole point of that is, y'all, that she politely, addressed everybody except for Wendy, who was one of the main people going up for her and supporting her all season and inviting her to the White House and doing all these things to show that, she was a true friend, only for you to recognize everybody else. Huge slap in the face. It was actually Mia that pointed this out first and was like, because, Wendy, she tried to, I would say, keep it cute at first. And because Andy was like, you are you upset about that? Like, what's up with that? And what did she say? Or Andy said that Wendy felt she wasn't moved or appeared to be unmoved by Karen's message. And then that's when Mia was like, well, yeah, because she didn't acknowledge her, duh. And Wendy's whole thing is she still feels a way about what Karen told Stacey, rightfully so. And that coupled with everything added together, it just equals out to Karen not being like, that is not her friend. In Wendy's words, that is not her friend. That's not who, she's known to be her friend historically. But Giselle's whole thing is like, Wendy, I've been telling you this since day one. Like, she's been, not your friend and 10 toes down for you since day one. And you weren't, trying to hear it from me. And Wendy's whole thing is like, she's never shown me that. Like, I've never seen that from her. But again, fast forward now, I think Wendy, and I even actually, I posted this when the episode was airing, and I was like, thank God Wendy's finally realizing that Karen is just not, down for her for real. Better late than never. And I got a lot of likes on that too. Just saying. So shout out to y'all that are watching on X. Anyway, but I guess you guys agree, like, yeah, it's better late than never, Wendy, because I feel like we've been seeing this, we've been hearing this. Even when she came on the show at first, remember y'all, when apparently Karen was like, she don't fit the Potomac aesthetic type of vibes pretty much. And
they were on the same, even on the same
the slithering
board, but no, they was on the same board, and she was like, I don't even know her. I don't know her. Wendy like, girl, we on the same board. What you talking?
She was playing you out, Wendy, and for whatever reason, I mean, I will give you the benefit to say, like, I'm the same type of person. I like to figure people out for myself. I'm always going to take what people say into account, though. I'm never going to, like, if you certain things within reason, y'all. Somebody doesn't need to there's just certain things that don't need to be proven. But in this case, like, I understand coming into a social circle and trying to, really navigate and figure people out for themselves. And also I do understand too, Giselle being the person telling you this, she's not the most reliable source. We know there's somebody that likes to put sauce on things 9 times out of 10. So I do kind of understand where we are with that. But again, it's just like, girl, give me a break. And Andy was also, again, taken aback when Karen mentioned his name and the whole grand dame of it all and yada, yada, yada. But what she did say in that message, though, which I already knew this was just like a rumor when it was said about Karen not coming back. Like, she said when she returns, she's going to return as Karen and not the grand dame or whatever, which shows like, yeah, this has gone to her head clearly. And that also lets us know that, like, she's coming back, y'all. I wasn't convinced that she wasn't, but I'm just, if y'all was not convinced, that's her telling us in so many words, like, she coming back.
I would love for Candace to come back. I wouldn't mind Robin coming back now that she didn't sit down. Maybe she can figure out, like, okay, maybe I should just, like, really give my life. Yeah, weirdo. You can come back if you open up. If you don't open up, you can stay your ass right where you been. But as far as Karen is concerned, she was whack for doing that to Wendy. Period. Hey, cousin.
Hey, cousin.
That was the wackest thing she could have did. Like the wacko do. Like that was the wackest thing. Like you literally, this lady took you to Washington.
Funky.
You were so pumped. You were so excited. And let's be clear. Let me go to my notes. Y'all remember Giselle's hat party? When Karen, everybody had a cat and everybody had a hat on, and Karen was all in her feelings talking about, I just want to know who's my real friends here.
Who's going to soldier?
Because, who's soldiering for me, because when I be vindicated and what, Karen? What? So just for you to act like that, see, this is why, and I was going to say tequila is a cold drug. That's because I drink tequila. I drink tequila and cognac. But my thing is, if she was drinking beer, Stella Rose, whatever she was drinking, yeah, whatever, all of it, whatever beer, all I'm thinking is, girl, because I mean, I can drink some beer and get drunk. I've been drunk off beer, like where I have to pee, but it makes you have to use the bathroom a lot.
Hey,
I like that. It's a cute name.
Right now, everybody, if I am just beginning to, yeah. I mean, overall, I'm cool on. I'm okay with everybody coming back. I
don't know about Mia coming back, and only because
I'm good on Mia.
The only reason why she could come back is just to figure out everything that she did. But literally, I feel like
I don't want to figure it out. I don't care.
No, I don't either. I literally feel like she tried to play in everybody's face.
There's no truth, and we're gonna get into that ass here in just a minute because that's why she did some wild anyway. I mean, Kay really, she disappointed me this season, but I mean, because I like her, I want to give her another shot, but anyway, keep going.
Yeah, so I just was saying how it was funny how Karen was all about, who's soldiering for me and whoop, and now, the person that was soldiering for you, you just kind of spin her face, and then and to find out when I'm sure we'll get to it, but when Giselle said that she literally takes the new people out to go, put her little magic dust on them so they won't mess with her, is really weird to me. It's like, what? Karen, you was a weirdo, a little side weirdo, like a little on the side of the weirdo side.
A weirdo for sure.
No, for real.
It's just so odd to me that someone can just navigate like this. But overall, I think at the time it served its purpose for both of them. It being the friendship between Wendy and Karen, I think it was strategic at the time, given
both parts.
When Wendy first came, if we're going back seasons and stuff like that, after the fight and yada yada yada, I think it was a strategic. It was just strategic for them to be friends at that time, and I think it just has ran its course. Okay, watch out. Anyway, so then they play Wendy's package. The main thing I would like to highlight there is that when speaking about Happy Eddie, Giselle actually points out how apparently Stacy may have her own Happy Stacy coming out soon. And as soon as she says that, aren't you coming out with your own? Stacy's all like, no, what are you talking about? No. What do you, I want to know if you guys believe that reaction from her, because I definitely didn't. And maybe that's because I'm already, like I said, I've been side-eyeing her for a couple of reasons already. This was another just layer added onto that. She seems like the type. I wouldn't put it past her at this point. to come out with their own cannabis endeavors, which is not like, it's not the end of the world. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. But I would think in this case, like, you would say something to Wendy and be like, hey, guess what I'm about to do, or whatever. Like, it just seems weird when you don't like mention it. I feel like, not for their permission, but it's just like, why wouldn't that naturally just come up in conversation though? Like, if I know you braid hair and I'm going to start braiding hair next week, like, I would naturally, like, I don't know, just naturally, I feel like, came up if we're talking or whatever, like, hey, I know you braid, guess what I'm about to start doing, or guess what I was thinking of doing, or something like that. Like, I don't know. Well, me. And I feel like Wendy, you know, she kept it cute and stuff. But she was like, you know, I mean, I hope you would, you know, mention that or something. I don't know. Maybe I just
two things can be true at the same time. Mentioning it, hey, princess. Mentioning it could do. It could be a couple of things going on. I'm gonna tell you what I put on my notes. One is I don't have to mention shit to you. I don't have to mention nothing to you.
You have to.
No, I know. I understand. I don't have to. I could be in preliminaries. I could be just starting off. I could have spoke to 10 people that you know.
Yeah.
That mean nothing to you, and I don't owe you nothing. Marijuana is a $1 billion industry. So Happy Eddie don't own the rights or anything to anything. It is a plant that grows. Bruh, get out my face talking to me about marijuana. And I don't have to tell you or this panel anything. Nobody, see, people think that, you know, let's be clear. Wendy already went through this with Karen. So if I were Stacey, knowing that Karen bit off of your candles and the way you felt about it, I might not want to come to you because I might feel like you're going to be looking at me sideways. 2, it's your husband's line, not yours. This is not Happy Wendy's. This is Happy Eddie. So you want me to go talk to your husband? You want me? I can go do that. I can go do that. I don't got to talk to you because you don't have this, not your product. So there's like a couple of things that I was just like, what? And the fact that Giselle brought it up, could I talk to? I don't give a damn who she talked to. She could have talked to Shawnee O'Neal. She got a farm. There's a plethora of farms out here. So while you sitting here trying to put her on blast, it's gonna be Happy Stacey, and if it is, Giselle, then what? Stop trying to throw Stacey under the bus. Stop trying to do that. I don't like that. Even if because like I said, you don't know. She could be just inquiring about it. She could be trying to get in the industry. I don't owe you. I don't have to tell Wendy nothing. I don't have to tell Wendy. I don't have to tell Giselle. I don't have to tell Andy. I don't have to tell none of y'all. If I want to come out and bust out my line of marijuana next year or 2 years in 5 minutes, that's what it'll be. Don't be mad. And Giselle, you just look tired. Like, girl, what are you trying to say? But I do get your point, though. Yeah, if you want me, if I got a brand or you, I know somebody that has this, I can come talk to you. But there's a lot of people I can go talk to. I don't have to go talk to your husband. I don't talk to you either.
I just think it's weird if we're in conversation for you not to like just mention, like, I don't know, that's just me, maybe because I just be talking, I don't know, but and I also
think with somebody else. She could have, whoever Giselle's talking about, she could have talked to that person. She could have had that conversation. She could have
not even to get like business expertise or anything like that. I just genuinely would have thought it would have just came up like, hey, guess what I'm doing? Because I know you kind of are affiliated in that realm too, whatever. Mm-hmm. But that's where I'm coming from it. Just like I just assumed it would have naturally came up.
But was Stacey like really close? Was Wendy and Karen? I mean, Wendy and Stacey, did they really talk a lot? Were they in a lot of scenes together? Did they really get? I don't remember them talking a lot.
No, I don't really think they had an individual scene, but and
right,
also,
right.
But if we think, I remember there was one part in the season where Stacey was like, did they have a Happy Eddie like event or something this season?
Yeah.
Was it at her?
It was something.
Party? I think they handed out stuff at her birthday party. Stacey was like, "Oh my God, where's my Happy Eddie stuff or whatever?" Like Stacey was like, this stuff. So that's why I'm saying again, I just would have thought like she was very eagerly interested in that stuff. So that's why I would have thought it would have just came up because
here's
they
the
had
thing.
a connection over it.
She might have been interested in it before she even saw Wendy. Before when she might have been interested or in this field or thought about this field before she even got on this platform, before she saw Wendy. But to your point, yeah, if me and you cool, why can't I? Why wouldn't we talk? But maybe they're not, and maybe she don't want to tell everybody.
Which I mean speaks to the fact that ultimately none of them are friends like that for real. So I mean, I get it. It's just, I mean, I guess only time will tell. If she's even coming out with it.
And if she does, what you gonna do?
I don't
just
really
know what you gonna do.
I don't think
told you so, girls.
Well, I don't know. It was clear, obviously, that Giselle had a big ass bone to pick with Stacey. I don't know what exactly happened with that. And even during the season, I feel like there was like little, I don't know. She was like turned off by Stacey, or like it was a little weird even during the season. I would say. Remember when they were in Panama and she was like, "I'm gonna sit right next to you," and Giselle was all like, "I don't know." And then when she found out she was in the villa with her, it was just kind of like.
I think they think that she's an L7. I think they think she's an L7, and it's gonna rub off on her. Giselle, you ain't that cool. You okay? You're not that cool.
Like that, she's not cool at all. It's
like I'm just saying, compared to Stacey.
No, she's not cool. I mean,
they're not that cool.
No, I would put them both on the same level, honestly. So
and people Giselle needs to hear that and understand that, girl, you're right there with her. You're not up here.
I don't even like Candace is gone and she's probably the coolest person I would have said on the cast. Anyway, if we're like looking at it from that angle.
Right.
Anyway. Nonetheless, y'all, what else came up? Okay, the requirements as far as like Wendy's children and stuff. Some people were taken aback by like, okay, you're putting all these stipulations and stuff on your kids. Like, isn't that the same exact thing that you've gone through yourself? Like, wouldn't you want to not do that to them? Wendy's whole thing is like, no, it's not that they must do these things. It's an extra incentive. It's an extra bonus should they get a master's degree. It's an extra bonus if they learn Igbo. It's an extra bonus if her daughter pledges AKA, well, joins the sorority. Yeah, same difference. She's AKA. Which Giselle was also like, oh, I'm going to do that too, or whatever. So I guess one of her daughters is about to do that too. I don't know.
Makes sense.
Which I would make sense out of her 3 daughters. I would assume.
Right, it makes sense.
It could be a legacy. It's like a legacy thing that you're like grandfathered in. Anyway, I just was very much at first when she broke it down at the table, like, and obviously I feel like Wendy was being like a little bit theatrical, obviously, when she was at the table with her kids and all that. But I mean, I do understand that as if it's an additional thing. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I think that actually does make them naturally want to strive to achieve more and stuff like that. And I don't think like those things there's anything bad with learning your language. I think that that's awesome. I mean, whether or not she wants to join sorority, that's, I feel like that's a little different, but I don't think there's anything wrong with having those types of incentives. Yeah, and the children will either do it or they won't do it.
Here's the thing for me. We are all products of our parents, right? Especially if you were grown up or your parent was the one to raise you, or if you're a product of your grandparents raising you, then that's the product that you come from, right? So usually those ideals and things push through to the next generation.
They trickle down.
Mm-hmm. They just do. Like my best friend, her mom was very strict, Jamaican woman, hard worker, nurse, RN, my whole life. She's been an RN. And I say that to say that my best friend always was like, I'm not gonna be like my mom. I'm just not gonna be like my mom. She's my best friend didn't have children, so she's not a parent, but she's a godparent. But I say all that to say that, yeah, you're like your mom. You was raised with your mama. You gonna get those things. Now here's the thing that flips it around for Wendy, where kudos go to her. Yes, she saw what her mom did, and she understands her culture. She understands the African Nigerian culture and how they strive for, you got to either be a doctor, lawyer, something prestigious. They don't really roll with the a small trade. They want you to have a high end trade, engineer, whatever it is. What I admire about Wendy is that instead of being a hard ass like her mom was on her, even though it worked and she was, it's prestigious and all those good things, it also made her fearful of her mom and telling her as an adult that I'm about to quit my job and things of that nature. So with that, what I love is that Wendy says, you know what, I'm not gonna make them do anything, but I will give them an incentive. Exactly. And instead of like force feeding them, you won't do what I say, you won't do it, or you ain't gonna get no. Like literally, or even dangling a carrot in front of them, however you want to put it. I just like the way she did it. She revised what her mom did. It's still there. Everything, the implication is there. It's just the way she put it out there for it. She revised it and she made it work for her. Now it's up to her children to do what they want to do to get to what they want. They don't want to learn the language, they don't got to. They don't want to go be something prestigious. That's fine. Do you? But guess what? You're not about to get my money to take you to go hang out with your homeboys and your homegirls to go drink and smoke and do whatever you want to do because that's what you want to do because we got it like that. It's not gonna work out like
that. Exactly. It's not the what, it's the how. It's the method in which it's not the message. It's the how the message is being delivered. I don't think there's anything wrong. Like, no, of course she's gonna still want her children to be high achievers, but exactly, she's not force feeding it or whatever. She's doing it in a way that still allows them to have individuality and freedom of choice and all of those different things. So I think that's where the difference lies. I think people just took her message they just took her message out of context. I want to say again, because I think at the table when she was saying it to them, I think it just came across differently, but I'm glad she broke it down like that, and I'm glad they're doing that. And I mean, if I was a kid, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll get a master's degree. Make sure you pay these student loans though. Anyway,
that's right. Yeah, like Ebu. How you say? Is it Ebo?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, then they better be paying. You better be paying a translator then too, like or whatever. Like
however, send me back to the motherland. What you need?
Exactly. I'm like, I'll do it. You got to work with me, mom, dad.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
What happened next? So, when you're Andy also asked if Wendy has any regrets on inviting Karen to the White House, and she says yes, she wishes that she didn't. I'm glad that she said that. I'm glad that that was the answer. That was the only correct answer, in my opinion, because she clearly doesn't give up about you, and she lets you know that by not acknowledging you in this little message. If she didn't let you know that before, she let you know that based upon this, how she carried on in that little message today. I also appreciated how Kay, of all people, she brought up how Stacey divulged what Karen said about Wendy only once they were in conflict. Like she pointed that out, and that was something I actually pointed out too when it happened, because like although it's not cool, like although Stacey had a point by bringing this up and all that, like I get it. It's still, this is another reason why I'm side-eyeing you too, Stacey. I always look at people weird when they wait until like Mad Day, like to like air out some stuff on somebody. Cause like I got people that I'm still like, I'm not even cool with to this day that I know stuff about, but I don't speak about it. Like there's just, I feel like certain ways to behave even when you aren't in a good space with people, that because that speaks to your character at that point, I feel like. And Stacey, she tried to defend herself by saying that it was basically rooted in the fact that she has also defended and supported Karen tirelessly, which I mean I will give her that much. And then when Karen was held to the same standard, she failed to come through for her in that same regard. So I'm like, I mean, I get it, but still, it still is like a little, you still waited on that one, because it's like, what if she didn't, if she still stood up for you, like, or whatever, you still wouldn't have told Wendy this. Like, yeah, it's still like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's something dirty in the milk for sure. Something ain't right.
Well, that's their culture to force out because they don't get a chance to have education. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's different times too. You know, she's what for first generation American or whatever. And so I would think, obviously, yes, she's going to take some of the ideals and the customs and stuff like that. And then she's also going to marry it with the American way as well. And I think I mean, the kids look well and taken care of. They don't look unhappy. I think she's doing just fine. Her and Eddie are doing just fine. I think those kids are going to be just fine. And they're either going to, once they hit 18, they're going to either do or not. And we'll see. We shall see.
Mm-hmm.
So then we have Wendy. She drops a bomb on us by telling us that, you know, funny thing is, when Stacey was joining the group, Karen actually told her that she should be careful because this woman is coming into the group and she is very smart and she is very educated. And before we could really even jump into that, we got Giselle over there talking about, but is she smart? Is she
smarter than you?
Giselle was on Stacey's neck. I mean, I'm not mad at it though, because, well, I mean, I feel like that was kind of unnecessary to question
exactly.
that. But at the same time, I mean, she has her foot on her neck for some reason. I'm assuming.
I need to know what it is. I need to know what that is. Because Giselle is the type of person that only when she knows, when she got on you, is when she like, I'm almost on a wish. I wish you would say something. I want you to. Because as soon as you open, I'm gonna be on your ass. Please say something. That's how Giselle's acting.
She really is.
She is. She don't really act like that. She don't act like that, and especially when not with you know, she Batman and not with Robin. Like literally, she don't have Robin to do that with. Like, why are you? What is the? Please tell us. Maybe she gonna tell us in the next if Stacey's around. But she got it bad. She got it bad for that lady.
She does. And you know, of course, Stacey speaks up and she says, you know, she is smart, she's educated, she has a degree, and she has no idea why Karen would say that. Like, why on earth would Karen say that? Oh, we have no idea.
Do y'all think that Karen is playing chess with the people, like the new people? Like literally, like she picks their brain to see it. Are you smarter? Are you smarter than me? Can I manipulate you in this group? Are you gonna be on my side, or should I kick you over there to the other people so y'all can go over there?
The Mother Goose thing. I definitely do believe that. But I don't know. I don't know what her motive is at this point. I honestly don't. Karen, she's just being weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't, girl. I don't know
but
about.
Then they segue over to how Karen has, again, the exactly what we're saying, the tendency to groom the ladies when they.
I hate that word now.
I hate that word now. Because it's like really
so dirty sounding now. I hate it.
But this is something that she has the tendency to do is, you know, take the women under her wing, take them out to whatever that what is that restaurant called?
Where she had her breakfast at?
Yeah, not Heidi. Why am I saying Heidi Ho? Y'all let me know in the comments. I don't remember, but she takes them there. And, you know, she tries to, yeah, like I said, bring them under her wing and on all that. So Kay is the only one that actually speaks up to defend Karen by saying that, Kay is the only one that didn't have that type of entrance into the group. She Tally Ho. Thank you, Princess. Karen didn't bring her there. But instead, she says that their friendship or whatever was forged upon the fact that Karen, you know, when she was assaulted last season, Karen was there for her and all that. So she sees her differently based on that. And I'm like, you know, once again, two things can be true at the same time. And I love how Wendy broke it down. And she was like, you know, okay, baby girl, Karen, she, you know, you may see her that way, but in Karen's eyes, she likes to play Mother Goose until And once you show her that you basically don't like need her to flourish in the group or whatever, then she turns on you. And everybody's kind of like, yeah. Ashley in particular was very much like, yep, that's very true. And they all, and then they get into like Wendy being self-absorbed and all that, and they all agree that Wendy is self-absorbed, but in a good way. But Wendy's whole thing is that like she's just very sure of herself and stuff like that. So it takes a strong woman to, you know, rock with her basically. And I'm like, you know what? I'm
confidence, baby.
And I'm not mad at that, especially, you know, given we know her story, we know all this stuff and stuff like that. Like, I'm not worried about, however, how the next person is confident, because I'm too worried about being confident on my own. Like, I'm not going to tell somebody else they need to dim their self down because I need to be brought up or whatever. No, I'm just going to bring myself up. Like, I don't know. I've never understood that idea that Wendy is just so self-absorbed. She just so this and so that. Like, I mean, obviously, yeah, I could go back and watch and stuff like that, but like, even with the degrees and stuff like that, like, yeah, it was a lot and stuff like that. And like, it's like, yeah, I guess she can be a little extra sometimes and stuff like that. But overall, like, if she want to talk her shit, then I'm going to talk shit with you. Like, I'm not mad at you. Like, because if you don't go out for yourself, who is? Nobody. So
all I know is if I got a high beam on me or a highlighter on me from the sky, you know, like, you know, when you're on the stage, the center stage, and the light is there on top of you, and you, Barb, come on the stage and you got a light, not the light shine on both of us when we get to the middle, like it's shining on both of us. Like, I don't understand why people we're all on the same platform. We're all doing the same thing. I don't understand why there's any animosity. Or I don't understand why there's any competition. Wendy, I think that when she came in, you know,
just after having a baby,
Potomac was under a lot of scrutiny still, like about being colorist.
She just had a baby.
She just had her kid, which is true.
She probably needed to even exude that even more to make herself like, you know, quote unquote, fake it till you make it or whatever. Like, she probably wasn't even completely comfortable in herself, but was still trying to, you know, get on center stage in front of millions of people and, you know, give her best go. And like I said,
and she put her best foot forward. That's why she kept using her degrees or telling y'all, I have my degrees. Look, I have more than one. I don't have one. So she got me beat. Even my little sister got degrees over here. I had never been to college. I ain't took one college class. And kudos to y'all that did. I love it. Like, I love that shit. So I just feel like they really tried to comfort Wendy from day one. And now look at Wendy now. Like, shout out to Rodney. Shout out to Rodney the Voice. What do you say? Wendy is running the girls. I said, tell it. She basically is running the girls.
She is the quintessential housewife, and for some odd reason, we know what the odd reason is. They just don't want to give her flowers on that.
It don't matter. That she don't need y'all flowers. She's growing her own in her front yard. But her husband has green flowers. They call it marijuana plant.
And y'all still have a problem with this lady just because she is proud of herself, her accomplishments, and what have you. Like, I don't know. I don't have those bones. I don't have those jealous or negative.
I didn't either. Like, Wendy got on my nerve when she first came on, only because she kept saying her degrees, and everybody, you know, we all was joking about the degree. But by season 2, when we really got to know who Wendy was, I was like, yeah, I like her. Like, I don't think I don't think anybody else was more like, ooh, Wendy, why? What? I don't really like her. And then she went and got her body together, which she didn't even need to do. Like, that, if you wanted to, because you wanted to, that's great. I'm not even mad at you, because, hey, I need a hip and an ass and a boob myself. But what I'm saying is, the fact that she went and did all that, and that just took it to the 10th level, to the 10th power, on top of what she already had. Come on now, Wendy is a force to be reckoned with.
And then they try to say, oh, she's doing that because of this.
No, Wendy is doing what she want to do because Wendy is doing what she want to do. Did y'all see how she stood up to her mom? Do you see how she how she carries herself. Wendy is a total package, like a full package woman. Like literally, the girl don't do no wrong. I like literally, I can't even be like, like I literally the first season we was getting to know her. She had to bring her degrees and tell us who she was. It got on my nerve, but by season 2, that stuff was in my rearview mirror. Wendy's been at the top of the list since then, and not to mention how bomb she looked on the panel.
Yeah, she did. The wig though, I was like, the lace for me was a little.
I didn't even look that close. Oh, you know what?
The lace was saying hi to me, and I was like,
oh, I don't like when the lace say hi.
But other than that, the hair itself looked good, looked better than Stacey's.
I love the pose too. I love the pose. All she needs to do was, because that's what it was. It was given like Marilyn Monroe, like, girl. I said, girl, Wendy, you did that. From head to toe, she was looking great. I mean, I guess from forehead and down for you.
She did look great. I wasn't mad at it at all. But then y'all, Jazzy comes out in her too long dress and her pony. And she is officially engaged. I'll keep my thoughts to myself about that. It'll be a summer wedding, and she actually had the invitation with her, and she like passed it down and stuff like that. All the women are invited, which again, this is why I say she will be back. She did what she needed to do to make sure she solidified her spot next season. And we immediately jump off the porch by bringing up how it seemed as though she was the side chick once upon a time, which of course she said time and time again, she wasn't a side chick. They wasn't together with girls pregnant, But at the same time, I was never nobody's side chick, but I would be Andy Cohen's side chick if I had to be anybody's side chick.
Then you was a side chick, because if you was gonna be Andy Cohen's side chick and he's play for the other team, then girl, that's exactly what you was. And it's okay. Nobody cares. Men do this all the time. They overlap. We don't know it. We don't care. Like we don't care.
I don't understand why leaned into it more, because that whole thing, like, and I don't shout out to Color Me Pink, y'all. She actually did an interview with his big brother, and like, yeah, it just wasn't it wasn't adding up in your favor, Jazzy. But again, you guys are engaged now. Okay, do you? But again, I don't think you'll ever really beat these side chick allegations. The math, we know how long.
You saw the Christmas pictures.
We saw the Christmas pictures. We know how long pregnancies last and how they work. Numbers don't lie. Like, whatever, girl. But go off, sis. You got your man. So
she did look good in her dress, though.
She did too long. And stuff, and even like in the picture, it was like folded.
Oh my god,
it needed to be hemmed to her body, but it wasn't bad.
She was the only one that had a up hem.
It wasn't bad, but I mean, she for this to be her first reunion and stuff like that, it was fine. It was fine. But then also when gangsters and alcohol, they bring up how, at the GNA event, it was kicked out, that whole thing. Andy asks Ashley about her divorce, which we know has been finalized since, so really didn't even write much down about that. We know that she also screwed herself over with the posting up thing, and she gets child support, no alimony, whereas Stacey, on the other hand, gets alimony and no child support. I thought that was
what? Oh, she don't get child support because he take care of her. I'm like, wait, what? Okay.
Yeah. At the same time, you can always go back and get child support. You can't go back and get spousal support after it's done. So I'll give her that much. But I still thought, like, you are giving this man too much confidence by saying, like, oh, he would never do me like that, and all the same.
You didn't even know about some of the accounts, Stacey. What are you talking about? He wouldn't do you. He did you. He freaking did you. You walked in that courthouse and didn't even know about all the money he had, and you're telling us, you're trying to convince us, no, he wouldn't do it. He did it. He did it, got away with it, and you let him, and that's okay. Because if at the end of the day, you lay down with that man, you know him better than we do. But let's be clear, he got you.
Yeah. So good luck with that. When asked about their brand, I can't even believe I called it a brand because I still
brand.
This made up brand that GNA, GNG, whatever.
Giselle ain't worked out. Giselle, what does she need workout gear for? Let's be clear. Have we ever seen Giselle work out?
That's why they're now rebranded, and they attribute the inconsistency with the timing of everything to being as though Ashley, she was going through her divorce and she wasn't comfortable putting money into, funding a new business and stuff like that, which on one hand I can understand, but on the other hand, I'm like, Ashley, you've been going through this divorce even before that like we're talking about.
Sis, you know what it is? She knew better than go into business with Giselle. She just didn't use those words, but that's what she was saying. Like, with Giselle.
I just think that because let Giselle tell it on Watch What Happens Live. Ashley got more money than everybody except for me. I think it's just that it was just something to do for the show. It was just something cute for them to kind of like, oh yeah, whatever. But I don't really think that, either one of them are people like Giselle, especially. Yeah, she don't care about nothing workout wise. I think for real. I think it was just for storyline, honestly, at this point, because they're still not, even now that they're moved into this health and wellness and stuff like that, we still don't see anything.
Ain't heard nothing.
So what are you guys talking about? But anyway, I also thought it was funny how Mia also chimed in to say how they're in the next phase of their divorce. They're just waiting for the judge to sign off on stuff or whatever. I'm like, Mia, why are you lying like this? Like, how dare you come out your face and just start lying like that? I don't believe that. Did y'all believe that? I don't believe that.
No. Do you see how long we're still talking about? We're still talking about Michael Darby and Ashley just now divorcing. You really think we think that girl is about to divorce the money man in the relationship?
Mia, you lie too much, so we don't believe you. And then she talks about how like what's the next phase, because then Giselle kind of has some smoke from Mia, which is delayed, I feel like, because you should have had that smoke when she said that crazy about your daughter. But anyway, but Mia was all like, oh, what's the next phase or whatever, and Giselle's like, we'll see if you're invited, and she's like, oh, well, we'll see if I come. Don't care. It was like this little, catty moment between them two, whatever. But in reference to the conflicting events, it appeared as though the ladies, they wanted to go to Karen's event first, going back to the whole GNA situation. They wanted to go to Karen's event first because I guess the plan was to spend more time at Giselle and Ashley's. But again, obviously we saw that they got thrown out and all that, which again, like Jazzy, they still don't appreciate it, but Giselle did apologize, and it was just misplaced anger. It was really directed at Karen at the time.
It was. And I mean, Karen could have did better, but like we all know that she was under duress, and she wasn't moving accordingly, and she was wrong, because Giselle's parent passed, and we're giving you grace for your parents passing, and you're pretty much shitting on your friend who is honoring her father. And like, oh, I have an event. Well, what time is your event? Oh, I'm gonna make it to your event. Why are you lying, Karen? You lied. You said you were gonna make it to her event. You had no clue, really, but you did. Oh, what time your event gonna start? But you was gonna make it to hers. You had no intention on it. Like, your intentions was bad, and that's toe up. And Giselle should have clocked you for it, and she was wrong for doing them girls like that.
I agree. But before Jazzy leaves the stage, y'all, Ashley, she's like, I heard some drama went down at Mia's birthday in Miami. Like, what was up with that? I was like, huh? Mia's birthday, Miami? What we talking about? So apparently, y'all, Stacey and Jazzy, they flew down to Miami to celebrate Mia's birthday after receiving an invite from her.
The only two.
Yes, the only two. Once they landed, she actually winds up ghosting them completely. It was supposed to be like a dinner and some other whatever. And so apparently Mia, she justifies her actions by saying that she had hired a POC, which I'm like, am I the one person that know what POC meant? I think it's because the military, we use that term a lot. I was like, point of contact, which it mean person of color too, whatever, but they was, I was like, POC. Anyway, she didn't even know the ladies were coming, apparently. It was just we don't know if when Mia's lying and telling the truth. So Stacey's like, girl, you're a liar. Mia claims that she was only an hour late to the thing. They pull out the text messages. It said that no, like Mia, you read the text message, didn't reply until 12 a.m. They text you at 1:30, the whole nine. And Stacey says, you know, I'm not a liar. She is a liar. And Jazzy also mentions how Stacey was super upset because she had left her, you know, her daughter and stuff. We flew all the way down here. Like, what are you serious? Like, just for you to just not, you know, hit us back. That's absurd. So Mia starts crying, talking about how it's just been so rough and it's a rough time. She doesn't have the capacity to be the good friend and yada, 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 you know, crocodile tears. Mm-hmm. And that's why I liked when Wendy brought up the fact that, you know, Mia, you always start crying when you're in the hot seat. Like,
that's why she keep Jacqueline around. Jacqueline is the only one that picks those crocodile tears up.
As soon as she starts crying, Jacqueline starts yapping. Mm-hmm. And she's trying to, you know, seek sympathy, collect sympathy for her, and we're not buying it. But nonetheless, they take a break, and while they're on break, Mia goes into Stacey's dressing room, and Jazzy's in there too, of course, and they still want to know, like, why did you ghost us? Like, what was up with that? And I want to say, actually, before they left the stage, I want to say it was somebody said that, like, somebody asked, like, where was Jacqueline or whatever, and they're like, oh, Jacqueline said that she did this because she was basically upset about like something with ink or something like that. Crazy. And Stacey finds this disingenuous, and they're just not, you know, buying anything that Mia's trying to sell at that point. And so Mia walks off. She's like crying. She's like, I can't do it anymore. She goes in the dressing room, slams the door. She's in there hysterically crying. Yeah. That's where it goes off. My thing with that is you allowed us to, like, it's one thing to ghost me, whatever, we in the city or whatever, we're where we are.
In our city.
That's still wild to me, and that'll just not be a good day for you. Still, it'll be an even worse day if I got on a plane to fly somewhere for your birthday, for your celebration, and you don't contact me back, and you also don't show any remorse when, you know, your health, it's brought to your attention.
Oh, I would have brought it to her attention on the text message. Y'all, she ain't answering her text, or she not answering her phone. Hey, broad, I came all the way down here and you ain't answering my phone call, no nothing. You can fall off a cliff, you can lose my number, and you can act like I'm not alive when we go back on the reunion. And thank you. Like, girl, I don't have that kind of time. You better be lucky that they even talking to you. Because if it was me, I wouldn't even be talking to you. And not to mention, them ladies look like they would buy gifts. So they probably bought her a gift too. So I would literally be, she could be talking to me. I wouldn't say one word to her. I would have
nothing. Like that.
Mia, you couldn't get a heartbeat from me. You couldn't get a breath, because I need that to hit my blunt in a little bit. Like, literally, I would pay her dust. I would pay her. I wouldn't even give her I wouldn't even let her know. The text would have said it. Andy would have been like, cutie, why you not talking to Mia? She know why I'm not talking to Mia. She got it on the text. Have her read your text. I'm not talking to her. She's not even worth my time. Like, I would not.
Yeah, it would have been a real bad day for her. There would be no coming back from that.
That's terrible. I literally can't do something like that to somebody in my city, and I live to an hour and a half away from LA. But I wouldn't dare do one of my friends from LA, like tell them I'm coming or something like that, and not show up, or the other way around. I'm coming and then y'all ghost me. Oh, and I flew. Child, y'all better than me.
That's wild to me, but yeah, y'all, that's where it ended. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I can't wait to see what it's gonna get. It seems like it's gonna just get even more interesting. Yeah, it seems like it's gonna be even more interesting next week. I'm ready right now to see it.
Yeah, the girls have been pumping it up. Like they literally, I mean, even with the gasp and the happy Eddie, and Eddie knowing something about something, and his eyeball. I want my eyeballs to be that white. When he looked, oh, his eyeballs are so white. I said, "Ooh, Eddie, what you know? Tell us."
I feel like it's about to go down. Again, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I cannot wait to see what Sunday gives, y'all. Yeah, I enjoyed discussing this. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat. Collectively, there's 40 people watching. So like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things, y'all.
Cheers to you guys. Just some little wine. But cheers to you guys. Thank you guys for coming in and watching us. It was impromptu. My sister just had called and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go and do the Potomac tonight." So I hope you guys enjoy. I enjoy myself. I always enjoy myself with my sis Barb. No matter what, we just have fun together, no matter what. But I really thank you guys for joining us, and make sure you guys like the video. Playback Gang, you guys know we love y'all so much. So Playback Gang, leave us a comment so we can keep the conversation going. Because we just like to. We might have missed something that you guys might have saw that we didn't see, that we can bring up in the next one, or my sis Barb, because she's the one, she does Potomac. I used to do Potomac. They made me mad when Candace left, so I kind of, and when Monique left too, it was a double whammy. But however, I still enjoy watching the show, and the reunion was definitely worth a review. Like literally, it was definitely worth a review.
It was, y'all. Definitely enjoyed it. Yes, like my sis said, do all of the things, and yeah, catch you in the next one.
Bye, guys.